Sarwai. Did I say it right, Ariana?
Sarwari.
Very
close.
I got into the neighborhood, didn't I?
Yes.
Yeah. And you're the assistant director of the program?
Yeah.
Of
So I've been assistant director. I've been working with Hannah Harley, who is the director of the program. We went to school together, and then Hannah had this idea of creating this residency with all these spaces that she saw available in Indiana, just to bring artists in from anywhere from 1 week to a couple of months to just sort of take in Indiana and create art in their own small little space. So, yeah.
And one of the great benefits of that is we get to meet Rachel Gordon. Good morning.
Oh, thanks. Hi. Great to meet you, too.
Where are you from?
I'm from Brooklyn, New York.
But, Another Brooklyn artist. Wow.
But I live in Philadelphia now.
You live in Philly. I was in Philly this summer, as a matter of fact.
Oh, cool.
Vibrant arts community they have there in Philly.
Yeah. Oh, did you go to the Fabric Workshop Museum?
I don't think I did.
Okay.
There were so many different places. I don't think we made it there. But are you involved in the fabrics? What do you do? Let's put it that way.
Yeah. I'm a printmaker. So I do primarily screen printing, some relief printing as well, like block printing, linoleum carving. And some etching, and I have printed on fabric, but mostly like T-shirts and that sort of thing.
What for you is the favorite material to work with?
I'm pretty obsessed with paper.
Oh, yeah?
Just like there's so many kinds, and lately here at Spruce especially, paper has kind of been the guiding material that I've been working with.
Yeah, well, okay, so you say paper. What type of paper for you is ideal? Because there are all kinds of different absorptions and textures to them. What to you is the ideal type of paper to work with for what you want to do?
Wow, yeah, it's hard because, there's so many different contexts, but I guess I'm a huge fan of Japanese paper, specifically this one kind called kozo, which is made from kozo bark fibers. So it's like very thin paper, but so it has a little bit of translucency, but it's really strong. So it can take a lot of ink and it won't buckle. So that's
the one.
Yeah.
Yeah. Now, in terms of inks, are there that many differences in the quality or the type of ink that you would use?
Yeah, well, there's like with paint, there's oil-based and water-based. I've mostly worked with water-based, especially since school, because for oil-based inks, you need a special disposal facility because to clean it up, you're using oil, like other oils and like flammable substances. So, yeah, just water-based ink is easy cleanup and...
So you've been here in Indiana for how long?
A little over a week, maybe like a week and a half.
And how long will you stay with us?
I'm just here till Thursday.
Just till Thursday?
Yeah.
What's it been like for you?
It's been like a bit, like the first couple days were definitely a bit of a culture shock, but, because I'm, from like used to these two big cities. Yeah. But I came into this knowing that, I mean, you can't predict exactly how you're going to feel, but I was like, when I was applying, I was like, wow, I don't know this town. It's very small. It seems very peaceful. I just want that change. So, yeah.
And what have you done since you've been here?
Since I've been here, I've been doing a bunch of paper cutouts. So it's something I started over the past year, but basically cutting out pieces of colored papers and assembling them to make figures and sort of mounting them on foam core to give them like a dimension. Yeah. So.
Wow.
Yeah.
It sounds like it's a fascinating thing. What attracted you to that field?
Well, I guess I was able to sort of think of it like a screen print. I don't know if you've done screen printing before or if anyone listening has, but basically you print one layer and one color at a time. So, I've been looking at some of my prints from the past and thinking that they're basically fundamentally just like shapes that are assembled. So, especially since here we're provided with like, you know, a big empty studio that you can do whatever with. It seemed like, you know, an appropriate direction given the facilities. So
we're talking with Rachel Gordon, who's here with the Spruce Artist Residency here in Indiana. So you look back at what you've done in the past, and I'm sure every artist does. Do you watch the evolution and see where you are now and where you were before, and see the various steps as you evolve as an artist?
Yeah, definitely. Like, I feel like every couple of years that happens, because like, you know, it's hard when you're, or I don't know, there's no like exact timeline, but it is a feeling I've had where I'm like, oh, there's been a lot of changes, but it's something that you notice when you kind of step back from your work and see.
Do you have a lot of contact with other artists with the artist residency?
Yeah, we actually, so I live in an apartment with Ariana and another artist in resident, Daisy. And then before Daisy moved in, we were also living with Rebecca Sutton, who was here. And yeah, and we like go out together and that kind of thing.
Experience the town.
Yeah, exactly. It's fun.
Yeah, and of course the whole dynamic is going to change. You're only going to be here till Thursday, and the dynamic is going to change dramatically with IUP students coming in and onto campus. But it's an interesting thing to have, as you say, a big city person come and visit here in Indiana, and just to see. Does it change your art at all when you come to a small town setting as opposed to the big city?
Yeah, I feel like I'll, you know, really notice that when I go home and start working and see the change. But yeah, it's definitely helped me sort of take in and notice like the quieter moments, which is something that I try to expand on in my work anyway. So it is helpful in that way.
Hope we haven't ruined you for going back to Philly.
Yeah, I might just come right back.
Well, you're welcome to come back anytime.
Thanks.
Ariana, when are we going to get a chance, or will we get a chance to see Rachel's work?
So she actually had a show in Artist Talk last week, but we have open studios on Wednesday, and that's at the theater building right over there, and the entrance is on Carpenter Street. That way. You pointed that way. It's I pointed the wrong direction. So all of our artists will have their studios open. You could come chat, have some wine, have some snacks, and just get to know the work that we're doing. And then we actually have an Artist Talk on Thursday with me and another artist, Natalie Barini, who was here last week. And then on Saturday, Natalie has a solo show. So yeah, look out for signs. Be around.
A lot of chances to see the program in action, if you will. Has it been fun for you?
Oh, absolutely. Yeah. It's been a fun chaos. Just like dealing, like we had a couple of artists in June and July, and then August it really sort of ramped up, and we've had like up to 7 artists at a time, and just like we've had constant programming with the artist talks and radio interviews and shows, and it's been a great time. So getting to know these artists that are so great and coming to Indiana.
Terrific. Rachel, as you think about where you go from here, and I don't know that you really can do that all that much as an artist, can you? Do you just let it happen, or do you have a definite plan? I want to be here, I want to be there, I want to be producing this or that.
Yeah, I mean, I can't help but think in those terms. Like, I love having some kind of structure, and but yeah, as an artist, you need to be open to different possibilities, and you don't know where they're going to come from. And I think it's important, and this is something that this residency has helped with. Just keep meeting new people and stay open to meet folks that maybe have never heard of the kind of work that you make, and just be willing to step outside of your comfort zone.
Well, it's good to have you here with us in the studio and here in town. We appreciate your coming in to visit with us today. Thanks.
Thanks for having me.
She's Rachel Gordon, and Ariana, I guess we'll see you a lot.
Yeah, I'll see you around. I'll be introducing a bunch of artists that come in. Yeah.
Watch for the signs.
Yeah. Yes.
It is the voice of Indiana County, WCCS, AM 1160, 101.1 FM.